I have a couple different questions for you.
Oh, all right, rather
First-
than having a couple of the same question.
Yeah. From different areas.
Oh, all right.
Earlier, someone had asked a question about physics and technology. I wanted
Yes.
to go a little bit deeper
Yes.
regarding that.
Yes.
I feel that I have a gift, and one of my highest excitements is seeing the clarity and simplicity in connecting quantum mechanics to, like you were saying earlier, the macroscopic level as human beings.
Yes.
So, in the development of that, you had also mentioned that classical physics is sort of a hindrance that's preventing our society developing into these other quantum mechanics and principles that.
Well, I never said it was a hindrance.
Well, the construct of our society hasn't yet allowed us to be open to the idea
Yes.
of that. And I just wanted to know if you could maybe clarify, in order to advance our understanding of quantum mechanics and physics as it relates to the macroscopic level, do we need to find additional ways of measuring things such as
Not so much. You just need to understand the difference between quantum coherence and quantum decoherence. That's
Okay.
it. Because quantum coherence exists on a quantum level. But when there are so many molecules that they jostle each other and create chaos and decoherence, it's that decoherence that actually creates your classical physics level.
Okay.
But if you can impose coherence on something macroscopic, you will actually render it back into a quantum behavior.
Okay.
This is how our ships work. This is how they travel from star to star in the blink of an eye.
Makes.
We impose a field on a macroscopic ship that is representative in general, typically, of quantum decoherence. All the different chaos of all the different molecules is creating such a jumble that the decoherence creates what you understand to be your classical physics, your physical reality. But the idea is that by imposing a field upon it of quantum coherence, it becomes literally like one giant quantum particle, and thus can behave as quantum particles do. It can be both a particle and a wave, it can tunnel, it can do all sorts of things that quantum particles do, and by imposing that on it, then it can behave very differently than things do in the macroscopic world. Yes?
Yeah, very clear to me.
All right.
The next thing is I had a question about your civilization and you guys as beings.
Yes.
What is your, I guess, as we would perceive it, visible spectrum? As we can only, some people would see energies and some people can see just the visible color spectrum. Can you see X-rays, microwaves?
Oh, yes, if we wish to, we can.
Okay.
We don't always, but if we wish to, we can, and even beyond that.
Okay. And then the other thing is, are you guys subject or do you possess an autonomic nervous system? And are you subject to the natural body or brain drugs that we experience, such as serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin?
That doesn't affect us so much anymore because we are in our evolutionary state what you would call quasi-physical.
Okay.
Therefore, we are deriving transformational energies directly from the electromagnetic field and the gravitic field, rather than the idea of what you would consider to be chemical fields.
Okay. One other thing.
Yes.
Actually, two other things, I guess.
Oh, all right.
Regarding relationships
Yes.
within your civilization,
Yes.
do you guys have what we call pair bonding, or are you?
It can happen, but it's not like we have a ritual that says it must.
So in
We
essence,
simply allow synchronicity to demonstrate what is appropriate for any given individuals at any given moment. Our entire civilization runs on synchronicity. We are exactly where we need to be, when we need to be there, with whom we need to be, in whatever relationship we need to be, and we know this, therefore we can take advantage of knowing that and treat the relationship for what it is, rather than assuming it to be something it is not. Thus, whatever happens is what naturally happens as it unfolds, whether there is bonding for a while and then not, or any other variation of this idea. We really don't know what the relationship is until the end of the life.
okay.
Make sense?
Yes, absolutely. The other thing, going a little bit back to physics, is our perception of the passage of time. This isn't a time travel question per se, but we perceive it as the arrow of time. It's always going forward
Yes.
towards something. Are you guys able to experience that in either direction?
Well, yes, and actually sometimes so do you. It's called déjà vu.
Okay.
Because you feel like you know what's about to happen, forward arrow, because you feel like it already has, backward arrow.
Okay.
Simultaneously. But yes, we can experience it way beyond that.
Okay. One other question. I don't know if you can disclose this or not, but I feel as though I will be a big catalyst or someone who is instrumental in bridging this gap between letting go of the, classical physics and embracing this furtherment of technology.
All right, well, that may be so. If you continue to follow your excitement, you'll find out.
Will I work with your civilization or other civilizations somehow?
You may have a high degree of probability of working with other civilizations on this. It is difficult to say at this particular point in your time frame whether or not it would be specifically with us or with someone else.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.